Hey everybody, how are you doing? Are you ready for another lemon themed DIY sweet treat? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these candies that I made a couple years back for Easter, and I left some of them just plain without decorating them, except for this one has a little bit of a sculpey on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave those three out, just a few of them, just to show you what you can do with these candies. And these were made from the plaster of Paris and the chocolate mold. And the chocolate mold is these little chocolate roses, and these are just squares with the little squiggly, and you could leave it just like it is. You wouldn't have to do anything else to it. But I like to embellish these. So what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about trying to make a little lemon, and I'm talking a little lemon, tiny, tiny, not like the one we just did, but just a itty bitty one to put on one of these candies. Let's just see how it turns out. So I'm just doing like I did before and just bringing one end to a point, not real pointy, but itty bitty. Turn on this other light. Okay. And I could probably even go, let's see, I could even go a little bit bigger. Make a little bit bigger one. I'm just going to use this one for the leaves. And you just use your hand to get it warm, and it makes it more pliable. So I'm going to do that real quick and then I'll be back. Okay, so I got a lemon done. Just one little lemon just to show you. And I'm going to take, maybe I'm going to take one of these. And I can't remember. Yeah, I don't think I did. I'm going to paint these candies, or one of them, more of an ivory. It's almost like a yellow. I don't want too yellow because I want the lemon that I made to stand out. And if I put it on one of the chocolate ones, it really will stand out. Then I have to gloss these real quick. I just want different colors of candy, you know. Now you can do your candies whatever color you want. I mean, that's your choice. I think I'm going to do one like a caramel. Actually, the paint is classic caramel. I didn't realize that. I just thought, oh, that looks kind of like caramel. And that's because it is, Daveda. It's caramel. I'm going to do one of the chocolate ones, caramel. And this will take a couple coats. This reminds me of a salted caramel. Okay, that's going to take another coat. I can already tell that. But we'll leave that alone. Let it dry. People ask what I do for my candies, and like my Easter bunnies, I use the burnt umber for the chocolate color. I'm going to go over these because they're a little bit chalky looking to me. I'm just gonna hit where it's just a, you know what I mean, just where it needs a little touch up, if you will. And the chocolates look a lot more real if you do put a finish on them, because you know how chocolates usually are kind of shiny. They're not dull usually. And it's warm enough today where these won't take any time to dry. And again, these were just poured from plaster of Paris into a chocolate mold. That's all it is. So if you have chocolate molds at home, or you wouldn't, if you wanted to, you could use air dry clay and just form these this way without even a mold. Just use your clay instead of plaster of Paris, because that will work as well. Okay, so that's done. All right, so we got our candies, and I'll leave the others looking like a white chocolate. I think one of them I will do like yellow. I was just looking at that. So as you can see, if you paint these one color and you have some left over that you've made a big batch of, you can paint them whatever color you want. Say that, you know, these were for Valentine's Day and you didn't use all of them. If you wanted to now, like I said, you can do it yellow like I'm doing, or caramel, whatever color you want. All right, so there you've got kind of an array of colors. And then I'll do that caramel one more time. Now, if you wanted to use the air dry clay, oh, did I get the wrong one on there? I did, didn't I? Darn it, Daveda. You would just take your air dry clay, let it dry, and just like I did yesterday, just paint it if you don't have the Sculpey. If you do have the Sculpey, then you can go past that one step, and that is to have to paint it. And I'm getting ready to do something else with this Sculpey, and it was out, so I thought, why not try it? Then you could top this with brown burnt umber and make it like a chocolate covered caramel. That looks like a caramel. My gosh, it's making me want See's candy. These are dry enough now for me to do this. So here you have your spackle, lightweight, I can't stress this enough. Don't use regular, don't use anything else but lightweight spackle if you want to get the results of real looking frosting, okay? And then I have a small star tip, okay? So with these, everything I do will just be a little bit different. So this one, I think I'll do all four sides and then a little bit in the middle. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little gloss onto these, and I'll show you the difference. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I hope you can tell. And then I'll show you what it looks like once you put the gloss on it. Okay, it'll take a minute for that to dry. Looking a little bit glossier because chocolate has that more glossy, satiny look when you're making candy. And this just takes a minute, it doesn't take long at all. But the results are really nice when it's done. Just want to get these all done now so they can all dry, and then I can start the decorating. That yellow one's pretty. I like that. Caramel I can't do yet, it's still wet. That's okay. Here's the lemon. Just a little one. And then the leaf shape this one a little bit. Just a little. So now, I want to see what I want to do here. And I'm going to hold it up so you can see better. Got to really twist this to make sure it doesn't come up. Okay. Let me put that there. Okay, there's that. Like I said, I'm just doing them different just so it has some yellow so it goes along with all the other things that I'm making. I think this one would look cute. But this has to be baked, so I can't put that down yet. But that one, this one I think is the one I'm going to put the lemon on. So I'll do another one with you here. And then I'm going to go off and make a few more of those lemons and bake them, and then I'll come back and show you. And that is lemon on lemon, but that's pretty. And a little lemon on this one would be cute too. I'll make it a little bit more. See that? So there's that one. You see what I mean? How I'm trying to do them all just a little bit different. So you're getting the drift, right? These already have a white little bit of spackle, but I'm going to go on top of that with a little bit of yellow. All right, so I will be back. Okay, so I have my foil and I made all of my lemons. I'll show you in a minute. And I am going to put them in, I have a little oven for polymer clay that I've had forever. And I'm going to bake these, and these will take probably about 15 minutes. And then we will put them on some of the candies. Okay, I'll be back in just a minute. Okay guys, while I'm waiting for the lemons to bake from the Sculpey, I had these white little cups, and this is the kind of cups I put the candies in just to make them look more finished. All I had was white that would go with the lemon theme, but I didn't want just white on all of them. So what I'm doing is I'm going to leave them together, but I'm taking some paint, just acrylic paint, and just ever so lightly just hitting the candy liner or cup or whatever you want to call it with the paint to give it a little bit of color, so when the candies are in there it'll just kind of pop. Now, you don't have to do this. It's just what I want to do just to change it up a little bit. So I'm just going in, and I'm not painting the whole thing. I'm just kind of hit and missing. Make a sunflower out of this. You know what? I just thought of that. But you see what I'm doing? All I'm doing is I'm just dry brushing on some of this acrylic paint just to give it a little bit of color. So when the candy does go in it, it's just not stark white. This one isn't decorated, but just to give you an idea. So you don't just have that white on white. Well, actually, you could paint the whole thing. I mean, if you wanted a complete color, it's easier if you have kind of a few of them together. It's easier to paint instead of just painting on one of these, because then it gets a little flimsy. Now I'm going to take the green, since there'll be some of these with the lemons on it. I'm going to finish this up, and as soon as the lemons, oh, there goes the bell. I'll be right back. Okay, so the lemons are baked in the leaves. Now we're going to put, don't want that bacon on that one. All right. So now it's just a matter of putting these on the leaves on. And you want to do that while your spackle is still pliable. There you go. I'm going to leave that one. Let's go ahead and put that one right in this that I painted. Let's put one on the caramel. There's that one. Let's see, which other one do I want to do? Oh, let's do this one. See, the spackle's already starting to dry. Cute. Alright, so I'll be back when I have them all in their cups and I'll show you. Okay, everybody, it is done. And I just put them up on this cake stand that I got from the Target Dollar Spot, and one of my makeshift cupcake stands from the Dollar Tree candle and the Bath and Body lid. These turned out adorable. I'm going to bring you down so you can see them. So here are the little candy, what do you call these? Candy liners, cupcake. They're tiny though. Anyway, a few of them I just did a little bit of paint just to add a little bit of color, and some are just in white. And here is the lemon with the leaves on some I just left. There's another one. Here's the caramel. That caramel looks pretty. And another chocolate, dark chocolate, and then here's a white chocolate. So I really like the way they turned out. And when you're at the stores and if you see liners like this in different designs, pick them up, because don't think just for the holiday or the time you're in. If you see things like, for instance, if right now you saw some little ones for Easter, pick them up. You might just want to make some of these for Easter next year, you know. I really hope that you'll make some of these. These can be made for every holiday or no occasion at all, just for your decor. Just plaster of Paris and spackle and some paint. Guys, until we get together again, remember the world's a better place because you're in it. Don't ever, ever forget that.